Hey Siri, how hot does it have to be to cook an egg? That's probably good. So my brand new 2018 i9 MacBook Pro cost me a little over $3,500, and this isn't even the top model. I didn't want to spend close to $6,000, $7,000 for that. And for that price for a laptop, you could say, damn, it better make you breakfast and do the dishes too. So I've had this a little over a week, and since I first picked it up, they did put out that update to fix some of the throttling issues people were having, but one big problem still remains, is these things get crazy hot with the i9 CPU, and that's mainly a big issue with their heatsink. That is not going to be fixed with an update or anything like that. It's just poorly designed. These things just get way too hot. I'm currently exporting a 4K video in Premiere Pro, and just look at these temps jumping up and down. And here you can see just the actual frame of the laptop itself is close to like 110 degrees. Alright, so what I did was I turned the laptop upside down so it's a flat surface. I do have it propped up, but it is hooked up also to an external monitor so we could still check the temps. So this is going to act as a griddle. Okay, so the egg is in, the temperatures are up. We're gonna monitor, see how long it takes to actually cook an egg on the i9 MacBook Pro. So it's looking like 113 degrees is the temp right now. Let's see how long that holds up. And remember, all I'm doing is exporting a 4K video file in Premiere, which is, what I use to edit videos, which is why I got the i9 processor. It's supposed to be for power users. Alright, for the past 20 minutes or so, it has been averaging at around 95 degrees Celsius, but you can see sometimes it does hit that 100 degree mark. Okay, so now it's around 20 minutes later for around 40 minutes total. It is taking a little bit longer than I anticipated, but you can see the kind of like the base of the yolk is starting to harden a little bit. And I accidentally did bump the little rubber piece a little bit when I was adjusting the tripod, unfortunately, but let's see how much longer this takes. So a few hours later, it's cooling down by a lot. Alright, so starting to wrap this one up, this took so much longer than I thought it would, and kind of a credit to Apple there, but we'll get there in a minute. So we are currently 6 hours past when I first started this video, and it's been just me constantly coming in, making sure everything's okay, and if the video's done rendering, and just, re-rendering another video out, and a few things have happened. So first off, as you can see, the temperatures have kind of leveled out over the past half hour or so, hovering around 75 degrees Celsius when before it was constantly up around 95. So that's sort of leveled out. And second is going to be the egg itself. Going through and watching the time lapse, the egg was starting to get like this film on top. And when I stopped and looked at it, it would just appear and then disappear, and then appear and then disappear. I guess had something to do, with the way the heat was hitting it. The bottom wasn't getting cooked for the first few hours. It was just getting this weird crusty film, which you might have seen. And then I left it, I had dinner, came back. The sides of it were starting to get cooked, which is good. It was turning white. And that's kind of where we have to leave off, because like I showed you, the temperatures have kind of equaled out. It's nowhere near as hot as it was before. And the egg is just in this weird state of being like half cooked, but also at the same time not cooked at all, because the top has this sort of weird film layer on it, but it's still wet to the touch. So none of it's really been cooked thoroughly, and after 6-7 hours, that is not safe to eat at all, unless you want a severe case of salmonella. So that means overall, these laptops kind of do a better job at dissipating the heat better than I expected at first. And as you saw, the i9 chip was getting close to like 98, 99 degrees Celsius. But the hottest temperature that I clocked the actual surface of the laptop, where I have it flipped upside down like a makeshift griddle, was I think around 116, 117 degrees Fahrenheit, just all on that heat gun I had. which, I mean, still in the end, this is not really the best solution from Apple in terms of their heatsink, because that's still a lot more hotter than you want from a laptop, you know? It's a laptop sits on your lap. You don't want 115 degrees of this aluminum or metal, whatever it is, on your lap. But at the same time, it never got too hot to the point where it was gonna fully cook an egg, at least not in 6 hours, and at least not before the temperatures kind of throttled themselves out and averaged out after a while. So it's in an awkward spot. So in the end, no, you cannot cook breakfast on an i9 MacBook Pro, which means I didn't need this at all. It's kind of a bummer. I was looking forward to flipping it, making a nice little, cooking video for you guys. But at the same time, it also means that Apple, I guess from my end, deserves a little bit more credit, because I really thought, seeing how hot the temps were getting after, using this for a few days, rendering out videos, and just seeing the performance overall, that this for sure would be able to cook an egg. And even though the CPU temps are ridiculous, the actual laptop itself is not too bad. Although, like I said, 115 degrees for the Surface isn't ideal. So alright guys, that'll do it for me. I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Well, it's nighttime now because it's been all day. Have a good night. But you're going to see this in the day. Have a good day.